Hey guys, how we doing? So we're back in another video from Swag Kage. Love these. And this is Naruto villains tier list. I'm really hoping that like the likes of Zabuza and Itachi are on top of this. I don't know how he's going to work this tier list at all. I don't know if he's going to do like the strongest, which would mean that Zabuza's like... But if it's like the coolest, Zabuza and Itachi have to be up there, in my personal opinion. But let's see what Swag Kage does with this Naruto villains tier list.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, I feel like I'm really late on making one of these tier list videos. I must have seen a couple hundred of them floating around the site already, but I don't really care. I really wanted to make one, so I went on Tier Maker, made my own template, and here we are. As you can tell, we're going to be talking about Naruto's various villains, and quick disclaimer, I'm not going to be ranking them based on power, but instead on how much I like them. Not how much I like them, like, personally, like, as a human being, but how good I think they are as characters. We're going to be going in chronological order, starting from Mizuki all the way up to Momoshiki. No Boruto exclusive villains. I know Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Shin are sort of Boruto villains, but Shin was in the last 10 chapters of the Naruto manga.
It's true.
These
he was in
right here were
the 7th Hokage and the Scarlet Spring.
So I think they can have a pass as well. Now, before I go any further, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Squarespace. If you watch YouTube videos with any amount of frequency, you probably know who they are already. They're the people that let you make your own website. They're super supportive of creators like me, so I'd recommend checking them out if for
I've
no
always
reason
wanted to make a
other than
website
that.
for
But
stuff.
anyway, I'll talk more about them after we have this whole list put together.
Alright.
Yeah, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So,
they are in
Mizuki's
order.
not, like, great, but he certainly isn't awful.
No.
I don't know if I feel comfortable putting him as high as C, but, I mean, I don't think he's bad.
He
put him in D,
was handy for the filler arc
just,
where
like,
he became
okay.
a lion.
No, I don't really know why I included the Demon Brothers, but they're alright as well. I definitely
They had
don't
the cool
know why
moment with
I
Sasuke.
put them, like, separately. Like, it's not like I'm gonna rank one
higher than the other.
But Geto is
brilliant.
either a D or an F.
Yeah, he
It's
didn't do
because,
anything.
You know, you'd expect this, like, all-powerful crime boss to have more of a presence than he did.
But he did.
But, you know, like, we just see him a couple times sitting around in his office,
Well, he's
and
D,
then
what's
he
F?
dies at the end of the Land of Waves arc. And there are no repercussions for that. You know, nobody comes after Team 7 for playing a role in Geto's death. He just dies,
that would have been cool,
that's
wouldn't
the
it?
end of him. You know, Zabuza and Haku are both probably A.
High.
They're
high.
pretty good. I might come back to it later, but for now, I'm gonna leave them up here.
They're S for me.
These fellas are,
With sound ninjas. The low.
they're kind of lame.
Wow.
They were basically like filler characters.
Yeah,
they were just henchmen for
No,
Orochimaru,
wait,
so
though.
I don't know. Maybe
Next guy
I
you're about to
shouldn't
do.
have expected very much from them. Maybe they can go on like C or D, but like. So Kin especially is just like discount.
Yeah,
Kaguya,
they didn't do
right?
anything.
Like her whole thing is that she uses a musical instrument to perform genjutsu on people. And Kaguya does the same thing, except it's way cooler. And then Zaku's just like, he can like blast people with sound waves
out of his hands,
or whatever, and I guess that's kind of cool, but Dosu can also sort of do the same thing, but, you know, Dosu
I feel like
actually
Dosu should
has
be a bit
neat
higher.
personality. So, speaking of him, I think he is at least B,
Yeah.
maybe A. Now,
He had a cool moment in the
I
manga.
know a lot of people are going to be like, why are you putting Dosu this high, dude? And, you know, I know he doesn't have a major impact on the series at all, right? So, this might be a bit generous, but I think he's super underrated. So yeah, for now, I'm going to leave him at A. I might come back and change a few of these later on, but I'm pretty happy with this right now. Now, this guy, oof.
Down.
You know, I almost feel bad putting these two in the same
Put him on
tier
the same,
as
yes,
Obero,
yeah.
And I'm about to explain why. So, Obero sucks, not because he as a character is bad, but because he brings the Chunin exams, or the Forest of Death portion of the Chunin exams to a grinding halt. Like,
Yeah, he does.
Fight with
Like,
Team 7 is so boring.
It's
worse
really
than
lame.
Sakura versus Ino, to be honest.
Really
It's just I don't
lame.
really remember much about him aside from the fact that he participated in like the lamest fight ever. He's getting stuck in
So
F tier,
lame.
and
Gaara's
I don't
gonna be
feel,
high.
a little bit bad about it. Now Gaara, so as a character, I think Gaara is S-worthy, but as a villain, I don't know if I put him that high.
yeah,
His
it's
whole
true.
unhinged psycho thing is neat, and I mean there are a lot of characters, not just in Naruto but in fiction in general, who have a similar thing going on. But I feel like Gaara's whole shtick was pretty distinct. And I think he was also a pretty great foil to Naruto. So I might put him in S, but for right now, I'm going to stick him in A. I might move him up a little bit, but as a villain, I don't know if he was like revolutionary enough for me to stick him all the way up here. But I don't know.
That's
he's
cool.
At least an A. He's definitely not B.
Kabuto,
I'm fine with putting in B. I know I put him in like my 5 least favorite characters ever video, but my opinions have changed since then. That's a few years old now, actually, I'm pretty sure. And, I mean, Kabuto's annoying, right? But he does his job as a
cool
bad
moments.
guy well.
He goes up against Tsunade, Jesus Christ.
I'm fine with putting him in B. He's certainly better than these fellas.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's as good as any of these guys up here. Now, Orochimaru... easy peasy, lemon squeezy S tier. One of the best villains in the series, without question. He had this sort of presence in part 1 that hasn't really been replicated since then. With Naruto being a shonen like it is, typically you introduce one bad guy
Itachi's
and
ass as well.
Move on to the next one in the next arc, and you keep doing the same thing. But Orochimaru stuck around for a really long time.
He was always there.
And granted, this wouldn't be a good thing if he was bad or if he wasn't interesting, but Orochimaru's great. Just vile, despicable, he's super powerful, really threatening.
Really good backstory as well. He has stuff to do with main characters.
And it's one that brings him into, like, direct conflict with our main characters. Like, every single one of the protagonists has a reason to not want like Orochimaru to take Sasuke's body. Itachi, so... I don't know if Itachi's an S-tier villain. He's definitely an S-tier character, but, like, as a villain, he was just like, haha, I'm evil, I killed our whole family, LOL.
I killed the whole clan!
It's hard to deny that he was a great driving force for Sasuke as a character. Like Itachi
affected the narrative so much.
Solely responsible for Sasuke's descent into bad guy territory. And even when he was just this, like, heartless bad guy, he was just really, really cool.
Yeah, he was class.
I think what I'm gonna do, I don't know if he's an S-tier bad guy. Like, I really want to say he is, but just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and make another row here. Make it S minus.
Oh.
Stick Itachi in it. I might change my mind and move him up, but I'm probably gonna need S minus here later. So
he's up there.
He can chill out in here for a little while.
Kisame my God, when you didn't know.
Without a doubt, A tier. Now, I feel like people would like him more if he wasn't constantly living in Itachi's shadow. Because, I mean, like, he does have...
He's just a guy that hung out with him.
Paired up with one of the most interesting characters in the show. Now, he doesn't have a substantial effect on really any of the main characters. Like, Naruto barely interacts with him, Sasuke barely interacts with him. But I don't think that it would be fair to shove him in B tier, so yeah, A seems like a fine place for him to go.
The Sound
4? F, worst member of the Sound 4. Kidomaru's probably like a C.
Ooh, done him to A.
Maybe a B. I thought he was really cool, but I don't know if I thought he was like that cool, so...
it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess
if you're going to put him in B, you got to put the next one in B.
Sakon's a B, but Tayuya is absolutely
most interesting of the lot.
All of her flute jutsu were fucking awesome. Her fight with Shikamaru was incredible.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
She has 3 of the coolest summons ever. Like, those things look
I always thought as well,
freaky, dude.
It'd be really interesting if she survived
awesome too.
and came back and shipped it into something else to see how one of them could have potentially been stronger.
Now, this goes beyond me thinking that her abilities are cool. I thought that she was an interesting character too. Now, maybe that's not enough to warrant sticking her in A, but
she's better than the rest.
And I like her more than these guys, and I don't want to shove these guys down in C because I like them more than these guys.
There you go, that's right.
I think I'm pretty comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Kimimaru is also probably an A. Maybe a B.
No.
So the reason I might consider him a B tier is because his backstory is like identical to Haku's, but his
it's weird because I was talking to a girlfriend about this before I compared Haku and just like 10 minutes ago. That's so weird. When I was like, I'm going to watch this video.
I feel like I have a lot of adjusting to do, but for now,
Haku had really cool Genkai and then died. And then died. For no reason. Other than he was ill.
And, I mean, like, he wasn't bad. I wouldn't put him down here, but he wasn't great. So
nah, it wasn't great as a villain.
He can stay. These guys, alright, I guess. I can't really tell you much about him. I know this guy can, like, turn invisible or whatever. I don't even know why I put him on.
I'm so glad he hasn't done filler stuff.
They're not really relevant at all, but I don't hate them. Like, I hate these guys, but I think that they are...
Not very good.
Maybe they're C...
No.
I wouldn't call them below average. I don't know. I'll come back to that. Deidara is probably a C.
Really?
Like, I like him well enough, but...
Really? Sasuke fight?
Maybe he's B tier.
There we go.
Yeah, he's not C because, I mean, like, I value uniqueness in characters quite a bit, I guess, and his personality is, like, you can't argue that he doesn't stand out from a lot of the other people here. Like, there's nobody in this whole list that's really like Deidara in terms of abilities or in terms of characters, so yeah, B seems like a fair place to put him. Now, I'm being a bit biased here. I kind of want to put Sasori in S- just because I think he's real fucking cool. But I know a lot of people be like, but he doesn't really do anything. He loses to Sakura Chio, blah, blah.
Alright, so I see from the list here he's doing Toby and Obito as different people, just from looking at the thing there. That's what I think he's doing here.
Myself to you guys. Fuck you. Obito as Toby was funny, so
it was funny.
He can go and B. Hidan, also pretty unique. Yeah. He's definitely above C, but I don't think he's A tier. I know a lot of people really like him. I
didn't think he was that impressive.
S-tier. I don't think he's that good. I don't even think he's like A tier, but he's alright.
Yeah.
Kakuzu, I kind of want to put in A because he's cool. But,
I think he's the same as Hidan.
I don't know. I don't like him that much, so
B. Konan
was A tier. I think. Same deal as with Kisame. People would like her more if she didn't exist in the shadow of one of the most interesting characters in the whole series. But yeah, she just didn't have enough screen time to really flesh herself out, to give her a unique identity. So I like her, and I appreciate what Kishimoto is trying to do with her. But I mean, she's just... There's not enough there for me to put her higher, but I like her enough to put her in A tier. Now, Pain is an easy S tier pick. I don't really think anybody's going to argue with that. Hanzo can go in C.
Not amazing.
He's another one of those characters.
Just flashback character.
I don't really know why I put you here. He probably could have been interesting enough to be like up here. With all the lore and hype surrounding him, but I didn't find him too interesting. He was kind of cool. I kind of want to put him in B.
Like, he named the fucking 3 Sannin.
Now, Obito as Madara / Obito. Now I feel like, unlike Pain, I really have to explain myself on this one. But he had a presence that was on.
He was very much like, right, these two, I'm the bad guy
really
now.
Scary, and he was constantly doing stuff. Like Pain, he came into direct conflict with Naruto and the other main character.
Just turned up his house and it's like, hey!
Really interesting. And I've seen some people say that when he adopted his Madara persona, Obito started to feel like samey compared to a lot of the other characters, but I disagree with that. I don't think there's anyone else in Naruto that's quite as nihilistic as Obito is. Like, he's one of the most apathetic characters in the series. It's pretty clear for the longest time that he just does not fucking care about anything. Now, Danzo can go in A. Now, like, as a person, of course, I hate him. Everybody
he's an absolute twat, but he's a bad guy. You're meant to.
He was a really good
Sasuke fight was amazing.
Sasuke. I think that his motivations were good. They were believable, but I don't think that he's interesting enough for me to put him up here. So yeah, A is fine for him. These guys sucked. They were lame. They were like the worst part of the war arc. Okay, maybe that's being a little bit harsh, but I didn't like them at all.
Down there.
Kabuto, I think he got worse in Shippuden. I guess it was kind of cool to see somebody without any Kekkei Genkai or like natural gifts waging a winning war against the planet. But I don't know, something about what made Kabuto likable enough to be in B tier just sort of got lost in translation when he became this all-powerful sage guy.
Okay,
so
maybe.
I want to put him up here, but then that would sort of defeat the purpose of having two Kabutos. I might change my mind, but this is where he's staying for him. Madara's S tier. Now, he doesn't interact with Naruto to the same extent as these guys do.
But my god, he was hyped up the whole freaking
really
show.
Have the same sort of lasting impact on the series as these guys do either, because he shows up really late. But every time he's on screen, he's the most entertaining character there, and usually it's barely even a competition. Like, I didn't like the war arc very much until Madara showed up, and then even in spite of like all of the crazy shenanigans and all the plot holes and all of that, I thought that the latter half of the war arc, like everything up through the Ten Tails and Jubito and Sage Madara, I thought all of that was really, I was really into all of it because of the presence of Madara and Obito. If not for these two, the war arc would have been bad like the whole way through. And so even though I've seen some good arguments for like just because you really like him, he shouldn't be up that high. I think that he deserves a spot in S tier.
Definitely.
The Ten Tails, whatever, I guess. Another character that I'm like, why did I put you in the tier list to begin with? I guess the Ten Tails was like scary, but that's really it. It didn't
really have much of an impact.
Like a mindless monster. So now Indra, I really like the idea of Indra, right? And I wish that we had learned more about him because he could have been up here, but as things are, because we don't know anything about him and everything about him is up to interpretation, he's either B or A. I see a lot of people in their tier list putting him like down here, and I don't think he's that bad. I think the idea of Indra is a really
if you're gonna have, if you're gonna up him,
he's responsible for a lot of like really important behind the scenes stuff in the series.
Yeah, but,
so I think A is a fair.
But then so's
Black Zetsu was
Zetsu.
really cool before he stabbed Madara in the back and just became like Kaguya's mama's boy. I want to put him down here for memes, but you know, he was interesting enough, I guess, throughout the war.
You put him like,
like a more fair place to put him. Now, a lot of people hate Kaguya, and I've said that she ruined the end of Naruto, and I think I've sort of changed my mind about that. Kaguya's not like a bad character. The issue with her is just that she comes out of nowhere,
and then you don't have much set up for it. Like,
she has a unique
I think she's a B.
She's sort of like an extension of the Ten Tails, right? Like, she's like a mindless monster, but I think that's interesting because she's just so obscenely powerful, and it makes her scary.
Everyone else is like built up and stuff, and then you get like to feel it.
Not to say that she's scarier than like Orochimaru or Pain were at the time that they were introduced, but you know, after she showed up, I did look at the page like, okay, like how in the world are they supposed to beat this person? Now, I don't know if she's good enough to be in A tier, but
B.
I feel like she's better than B tier, so. She's definitely not C. I don't think she's like on par with like Mizuki and I think I'll stick her in B.
B. Boom. Sasuke. S-. Go on.
Sasuke is tough because I don't know if he was as good of a villain as all of these guys, but it was impossible to ignore him when he was doing things.
Yeah, man.
Brought him into
it was so like, what is he really doing that?
Main goals.
Is he actually about to kill Sakura?
And I think at the end, when he just went like crazy and was like, yeah, I'm gonna wipe out all 5 Kage, I'm gonna trap all the Bijuu, and then he challenged Naruto to a death match. Like, I've never seen a single character raise the tension in a moment so dramatically, so quickly, as I did when Sasuke did all of that. His fight with Naruto was really good. And see, the cool thing about him is he keeps going back and forth between being aligned with the protagonist and being himself an antagonist. And I think he has solid motivation. I've talked about him plenty of times before, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but I think he had solid motivation. It's a motivation that changes, and people call him inconsistent because of that, but I just think that like he was still a kid, even at the end of Shippuden, so I think his motivation changing doesn't make him inconsistent, it just makes him a human being. We have plenty of time to watch him develop, so even though I know a lot of people are going to be mad that I put him up at S, I think that he deserves it.
I would have said S-, but...
That's what we're going to do. I think all of these guys are like... Toneri C, I guess. He's definitely the best written character of all these guys, but Shin is poop. Kinshiki's poop. Momoshiki's poop. And yeah, I think that's about it.
That was decent. That was a cool little thing. That was nice. I've not seen any tier list videos. He's saying that they pop up all the time. I'm obviously not subscribed to the norm. But I thought that was a really interesting video. It was cool to see him ranking the characters. I like how I disagreed at some points, because I get a lot of stuff sometimes, comments saying they're like, wow, all you do is just agree with everything that's being said on screen, and I like to think that I don't. Not all the time, anyway. So yeah, I like that. That was cool. It's good to see Swagkage do videos. Just as soon as one of his videos, like, I need to see it. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? And how would you rank everybody in that list? If you think of this, click like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave comments down below, let me know what you're watching, discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys, all you guys, next time.